Hey, good evening. My name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is the Macallan 12. This is their sherry cask version, exclusively in Spanish sherry casks, coming in at a 43% ABV. This is a single malt Highland Scotch, obviously 12 years old. And in my opinion, it seems like online and in whiskey communities, Macallans are kind of looked down on. And it's because they're too samey, they're too safe, they're not doing anything crazy unique, and they're kind of overhyped in some areas with how expensive they are to some people. Kind of the same concept of what Johnny Walker is. People go, "Oh, you like Johnny Walker? Oh, you like boring, samey, safe things." And in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it, as always. But this was my first Macallan I've ever had, and obviously, I really enjoyed it for the most part. So, as always, we're going to be trying this two different ways. We're going to go neat, no ice, no water. Second way, add a few drops of water, see what changes up. There's just something luxurious, and obviously that's part of the marketing, is how luxurious their bottles are. The simple design, the little crest area here at the top, very skinny, tall bottle, very dominating on a shelf, just because of how they're shaped. They scream that elegance. Now the 12 years, they have several different 12 years. They have like a one that's done in 3 cask, a triple cask version, a double cask version, and I think there's just a standard 12 as well. 12 it tends to be the one that most people can find around. Beautiful, beautiful color. You can definitely tell this is sherried. And again, exclusive. They use just sherry casks for this. Super, super dark amber color, almost brown tones in there. Gorgeous. Let's go for notes. Right away, you could tell this is a sherry cask. Very dark fruits, like dark plum and fig notes. That sherry sweetness comes out. You get a little bit of oak in there, but this is like Christmas fruit dark notes. Almost fruitcake-like if you take out the cake. So just the dark fruit that's in a fruitcake. But you get that just a nice wisp of vanilla in there. And again, that just nice light oak. Little to no ABV on the nose. But it just got that dark fruit quality that is just very, very, very savory in a fruit note. Let's go for taste. Almost wine-like. Both sweet and dry at the same time. You're hit instantly with this huge oak impact. That oak flavor is just clawing for first place. But it's got this beautiful, beautiful, rich, dark, almost like a decadent dessert-like with its fruit notes. It's so rich in that fruit note that it's like, it's almost overpowering a bit. Little to no ABV on the taste, but that fruit dark note. Like if you've ever had like a super, like think of those fancy desserts, dark rich chocolate, like triple chocolate, and they have like a rich dark raspberry over the top. And how much, you're like one piece of that and you're like, I'm done for a year. That's what this reminds me of, is just that rich, luxurious, dark fruits with that beautiful oak. You get a little bit of that vanilla sweetness, but it really doesn't show up much. Again, your big flavors, sweet, dark fruit, That oak note, that sweetness is there. Just such a good job in that area. It's very, very much a decadent dessert. Finish, little dry, but not overly dry. Again, that's what kind of reminds me of a wine, that you have this bit of dryness going on, but you still get left with a little bit of that oak and that figgy plum note. Oh, that's so good. It's really, really just rich. Let's add a little bit of water. Let's see what changes up here. Just made a mess. Okay, got that cleaned up. Spilled a little bit over the edge, and it took a little bit, made it almost like a river. Let's add some water, see what changes up. Again, this is my first time having a Macallan, was the sherry cask version. I'm interested to see the other ones and what changes in each of the differences of their barrels. But it was one of those things, I was kind of on a sherry cognac kick for casks. And I was like, well, there's a Macallan. I got to try that one. And it's not super common in my area. We'll talk about that later. ABV shows up a little bit more on the nose, but almost identical, just a little bit lighter. You still get that fig note in there, a bit of sweetness, that dark fruit note. I'd say if anything, the vanilla is pulling back a little less, and the oak is showing up a little bit more on the nose. Yeah, I think that's a good representation. Let's go for taste. Definitely turns almost more wine-like. A little more dry. That oak note is different. It's not so heavy, but there feels like there's more of it. That beautiful sherry note is coming through gorgeously right now. It's got that good, beautiful sherry sweet spiciness going on. That bit of dry fruit that I was getting is still very much present. Vanilla's not showing up until the end here. That vanilla note was not showing up at first at all on that taste. Definitely that oak and the sherry notes are really just riding off to the sunset with this one. They are solid. That oak note still showing up there. And overall, different enough that I would say either way is kind of interesting. I get more fruit heavy notes, more of those darker fruit notes on this one versus here. But I get a more rounded sherry note here versus there. Yeah. Okay, not too bad. Pretty solid. Yeah. All right, let's talk about market pricing, because we all know market price is market price. And being a Macallan, it can be all over the place. I picked up my bottle for $81, which the cheapest I've seen it in my market and doing some online searching is about $78 specifically, again, for the sherry cask version. I've seen it go as high as $100. The question comes, would I spend another $80 on this bottle? Honestly, no. That $80 price tag is a little high. To be honest, I know it's a little different, but Glenlivet 14, the cognac version, when that review goes live, go watch that. I find that one's got some really great notes to it for about $30, $30 less. The PX, or is it the Rabbit Hole, which was another sherry cask I've done, which I'll link above as well. I loved its notes. The sherry notes, it's almost like chocolate covered cherry. This gives you more rounded sherry notes with that bit of sweetness in there. And at $80, I don't know if I'll pick it up again. If I could find this for like on sale at $70, maybe as a fun, either a special occasion or something like that, I feel like $80 is a little high for this one. So yeah, there you go. Macallan 12 Sherry Cask. If you have any questions about it, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific bottles you would like me to review, also let me know down in the comment section below. I'm always looking for something new, fun, exciting to taste. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.